The Raven by Edgar A. Poe. Read by Josh Banks. Once, on a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over a many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as if someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. Only this. Nothing more. Distinctly, I remember. He was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly, I wished the morrow. Vainly I sought to borrow from my books of surcease of sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here, forevermore. And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before, so that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door, some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. This it is. It's nothing more." Presently, my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," said I, or madam, "truly, your forgiveness I implore, but the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door that I scarce was sure I heard you. And here I opened wide the door. Darkness there. Nothing more. Deep into the darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word, "Lenore." This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word, "Lenore." Merely this, and nothing more. Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning. Soon again I heard a tapping, something louder than before, and "Surely," said I, "surely that is something at my window lattice. Well, let me see then what thereat is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind, and nothing more." Open here, I flung the shutter, when, with many a flirt and flutter, in there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obeisance made he, not a minute stopped or stady, but there me no lord or lady perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door, perched and sat, and nothing more. Then this ebony bird beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, and by the grave and stern decorum of the countenance it wore, "Thou, thy crest be shorn and shaven, thou," I said, "art sure no craven, ghastly grim, ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore. Tell me, the lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore. Quoth the raven,
Nevermore.
Well, much I marveled, this ungainly fowl, to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevancy bore, for we cannot help agreeing. No living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing a bird above his chamber door, bird or beast above or upon the sculpted bust above his chamber door, with such a name as Nevermore. But the raven, sitting lonely on that placid bust, spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word did he outpour. Nothing further than he uttered, not a feather than he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, Other flints have flown before. On the morrow, he'll leave me, as my hopes have flown before. And then the bird said,
Nevermore.
Startled at the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken, doubtless, said I, what it utters is its only stock and store, caught from some unhappy master, whom unmerciful disaster followed fast and followed faster, till his songs one burden bore, till the dirges in his hope that melancholy burden bore of nevermore. But the raven, still beguiling all my sad soul into smiling straight, I wheeled a cushioned seat with the bird and bust and door. And then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy unto fancy, thinking what this ominous bird of yore, or what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore meant in croaking Nevermore. And thus I sat engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing to the fowl, whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core, this and more. I sat divining, my head at ease, reclining on the cushion's velvet lining that the lamplight gloated o'er, but whose velvet violet lining, with the lamplight gloating o'er, she shall press nevermore. Then, methought, the airs grew denser, perfumed from an unseen censer swung by seraphim whose footfalls tinkle on the tufted floor. Wretch, I cried, thy God hath lent thee, by these angels he has sent thee respite, and nepenthe from thy memories of Lenore. Quaff, oh quaff this kind nepenthe, forget this lost Lenore. Quoth the raven,
Nevermore.
Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, whether tempter sent thee, or whether tempest tossed thee here ashore desolate, yet all undaunted, on this desert land enchanted, on this home by horror haunted, tell me truly, I implore, is there a balm in Gilead? Tell me, I implore, quoth the raven. Nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, by that heaven that bends above us, by that God we both adore, tell the soul with sorrow laden, if within the distant Aden it shall clasp a sainted maiden, and the angels name Lenore clasp a rare and radiant maiden, and the angels name Lenore. Quoth the raven, Nevermore. Be that word our sign of parting, bird or fiend, I shrieked, upstarting. Get thee back into the tempest and the night's Plutonian shore. Leave no black plume as a token of that lie thy soul has spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken. Quit the bust above my door. Take thy beak out of my heart, and take thy form off my door. quoth the raven.
Nevermore.
And the raven, is sitting on the pallid bust, a palace just above my chamber door, and his eyes have all the seeming of a demon that is dreaming, and the lamplight o'er him streaming throws his shadow on the floor, and my soul, from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor, shall be lifted nevermore.